I'm Sophia, 33, and I still can't unravel why those words spilled from my lips. I tell myself it was the fatigue, the glass of wine, or the way he forgot our plans again. But deep down, I know it was more than a fleeting moment. It was a quiet ache, festering for months, one I couldn't voice without it cutting like a knife. He was at the kitchen counter, reaching for a glass, when I let the words slip out. No yelling, no drama, just a heavy calm. Then he turned, leaving the glass empty, and walked away. Noah was unlike anyone I'd ever known. He didn't tuck sweet notes into my purse or plan lavish adventures. He didn't shower me with unexpected gifts or flood my phone with poetic texts at sunrise. Instead, he was simply present always. He fixed the leaky faucet in my bathroom. Before I even complained, he picked up oat milk, remembering I'd sworn off dairy. He kneaded my shoulders when I hadn't even noticed my own stress. Yet, I kept comparing him to the noise of my past, to Lucas. Lucas was all about grand gestures, sudden weekend trips, flowers sent to my office, letters crafted like poetry but laced with control beneath their charm. I used to confuse chaos with passion, thinking intensity meant love. Noah, though, was constant, maybe too constant for someone like me, someone who craved endless reassurance because she never learned to find peace in her own stillness. That night, I'd made dinner nothing fancy, just roasted vegetables and fresh bread. Still, I'd lit candles, cleaned the entire apartment, and wore that navy sweater he once said made my eyes shine. He came home, tossed his backpack by the door, and gave a tired smile. "Smells amazing," he said, shrugging off his coat. But I wanted more. I yearned for him to pause, truly notice me, and say something that made me feel adored, wanted, remarkable. He didn't. He sat down and started eating, as if it were just another evening. So I picked a fight. I can't even remember the exact words I hurled first, something petty, maybe about him ignoring my text during his break. He answered gently, explaining that work had been grueling, that he hadn't even stopped for lunch. But that wasn't enough for me. I needed to feel indispensable, craved, cherished the way Lucas used to make me feel when he begged me to stay after igniting every argument. The way Lucas would pull me close, kissing me like I was his only lifeline. Noah didn't fight like that. He never raised his voice or battled to win, and in that moment, it drove me mad. So I looked at this man who had never given me cause to doubt his care, and I spoke the harshest words I've ever said. "You don't make me feel the way Lucas did." The room grew still. He blinked once, slowly, as if giving my words space to settle, perhaps hoping he'd misheard. But I didn't take them back. I sat there, arms crossed, daring him to respond. He didn't. He set his fork down, wiped his mouth with a napkin, and stood. I thought he might walk to the sink or step outside to clear his mind. Instead, he went to the bedroom. I waited 1 minute, 5, then 10. When I finally followed, his travel bag was gone. The drawer where he kept a few shirts was half empty. His phone charger was no longer on the nightstand. He hadn't slammed the door. He hadn't left a note. He was just gone. The silence that followed was deafening. I kept replaying the look in his eyes when I said those words, the way his shoulders sagged, not in anger, but in a deep, quiet defeat. I hadn't just hurt him. I'd broken him. And for what? A moment of self-pity? A shallow comparison to a man who never truly loved me, only knew how to keep me addicted to feeling wanted. For days, I drifted through our apartment like a ghost, his toothbrush still in its holder, his scent clinging to the sheets. I sent one text. "Noah, I didn't mean it. You always made me feel safe. I just wanted to feel extraordinary. I'm so sorry." No response came. A week later, a friend said he'd moved in with his cousin. He wasn't dating. Wasn't angry, just done. I think about that moment every day. How I mistook his steadiness for indifference. How I punished a good man for not loving me in the dramatic ways I'd learned from broken people. Noah loved me in quiet, consistent ways, in the small, meaningful acts that didn't demand applause. In how he remembered I liked my coffee black. In how he always made sure I walked on the safer side of the street. He didn't make bold proclamations or put on a performance, but he stayed until I made staying impossible. If you're reading this and you have someone who loves you quietly, don't overlook that love. Don't push it away chasing fleeting thrills when what you need is steady warmth. Don't compare a man's calm to a boy's chaos, because sometimes, the people who love us most deeply aren't the ones who offer temporary sparks. They're The ones who make us feel secure, grounded, complete. Noah did that for me, and I let him slip away with one thoughtless, cruel sentence I can never take back.